What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Men's Fat Loss Made Easy podcast, where I'm here to give you massive value that you can implement on your fat loss journey. Today, we are coming at you live with a special guest star, my client, Dino Nowak. What is going on, man? How are you?
Hey, Danny, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. And we just brought on Dino because he's in the program. He's getting great results. And honestly, we just want to inspire more gentlemen like himself. He was kind of stuck in a rut, and we'll talk about that. Dino knows it better than I do, but I know his story as well. And we'll talk about that. But yeah, Dino, I appreciate you. So let's just give the audience a bit of a backstory, who you are, how old you are, what you do for work, and where you're from, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'm Dino Nowak. I live in Broadbrook, Connecticut, which is a little village of like East Windsor. I'm 49 years old. I've been working at home since COVID started, and I was kind of like in a little funk. Not really getting out of the house and then, working at home, I would, get up in the morning, take a shower, go sit at my computer desk, work all day, and then I'd end up on the couch or at the neighborhood bar. It wasn't really going around too much. So.
Got it. Yeah. So, you talked about kind of the lack of motivation. So before the program, you talked about like you were stuck, right? So what was your biggest struggle before we started really working together?
Just the motivation. I just didn't really have the drive to do much. Right prior to COVID happening, I had gotten divorced. My mom had passed away, so I was just kind of just staying at home and not doing too much. So, but after like sitting on the couch and realizing things weren't getting any better, I had to move on. So or do something. I needed to change.
Yeah, definitely. And like, how did the impacts of, just not really staying active, not really being healthy, kind of just going through the motions, how did that kind of negatively impact like other areas of your life?
Well, I just honestly just didn't feel good, and I would, choose to stay home if I had an opportunity to go out, or and I just didn't really like where I was. I just, I had put on weight. I just wasn't active, didn't feel attractive or anything like that. So I just, yeah, I was in a bad place, I think.
Like a type of confidence thing?
Yeah, definitely confidence. And yeah, that was a big part of it. I just, yeah, it wasn't much of a, party, or what wasn't much of somebody to go out and do anything. I just really became a homebody pretty much.
Got it. Okay. And that was during COVID. So like then you started, watching my stuff and you reached out, but I do want to know before we get into like your results and stuff,
Mhm.
like when you and I first met, what was your initial hesitation in deciding to work with me? I want to know that.
Um, it just your program's not conventional. Like, I thought I had to go to the gym. I thought I was afraid to go to the gym, so I thought I'm gonna work. But then when I found out Um, but when I found out we did this all online and we had the support group of the group, it made it easy for me. And then, the initial, that was weird. And then the cost, I didn't want to spend the money, but then I realized I was spending more money at the bar than I would on my own. So, so once I got past that, it was easy to sign up.
I like that. So to kind of talk about, because you talked about it's not conventional, and I like that. So how, and it's not your basic like, hey, we meet up 1 hour a day, 3 days a week. It's not like that's very different. So can you kind of just talk about like some parts of the program that are most beneficial to you, especially just working out from home? If you could explain some things.
I like the app because you preload the exercise that I should do. Uh,
Mm,
that you're tracking my food and my macros,
mm,
like that. And then the group, the live trainings, and
mm.
a lot of people in the same situation as me. Uh,
Yeah.
so it's a good family feeling, and I do like it. And then the other thing too is like, my friends have seen the results and
Mm.
went to work the other day, and I hadn't seen people in a while, and they noticed I had lost weight, and so I told them what I was doing, and they just looked at me like, "What? You're doing it online? Like how? What?" Like, but yeah, it's working. So I really like it.
Awesome. I love that, Dino. I love it. So, you talked about some results. Your coworker said something that's so cool. So we've been working together for, coming on 5, 6 months now, and, kind of talk about some of the results. I feel like we accomplished a lot, but some results that really stand out to you that you got in the program.
Well, I definitely have more self confidence. I've lost a few pounds of body fat.
Yeah.
Toned up a little. I feel stronger. I'm having to buy some new clothes, and the clothes that I did have are feeling, fitting better. Um, yeah, just all in all, I just feel a lot better.
I
Just
love it. I love that. So kind of how does that compare to, before when you were stuck and it was kind of like COVID and you were kind of just not feeling your best self and like you weren't really motivated? Is it kind of like day and night now, or is it just like subtle improvements?
um, it is more like day and night. Before I would just go through the moments of the day and really didn't really, but now I'm like I have a schedule. I'm more confident. Um, I've learned discipline.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, I pretty much have stuck with the program. And look forward to keep working with it. So,
Yeah, you are very consistent. We know that. So, in terms of some of the results that you talked about, you mentioned like, just confidence and losing some body fat, getting some compliments as well. So, outside of fitness, how would you say those changes have kind of been translating into your life? In terms of just like your social life, your work life as well. How can you see those transitions?
um, I think it's helped me, push myself to do things that I normally wouldn't. I'm definitely more confident. And yeah, I do try to put myself out there more than I used to.
I like it. And it just comes from like a confidence standpoint, from just, like putting in the work, seeing those changes. Is that what it's really about?
Yeah, and it's not just the physical.
Mm.
Your program works on our nutrition and our and some of our mental issues too. That um, I think you said health, wealth, and relationships, um, and yeah, I mean the me feeling better is in all those aspects has been great. So.
Awesome. I love that, Dino. I love that. So just last thing I would just ask you is like for anyone that's listening to this, thinking about starting their own fitness journey and maybe we're in your shoes, kind of just like off the wagon, not really motivated. What would you really say to them to really inspire them to get started?
Um, just do it. I think I watched your videos for a good few months before I signed up, and I just wish I had done it a lot sooner. I'd be a lot further down my road into to where I want to be. So, yeah, I would just say do it.
I love it. I love it. Just take action. And that's kind of what you've been doing. And I think a lot of people overthink. But you are an individual that's just like committed. You're just going to do it. You're going to put in the work. And that's why you've been really seeing these results. So I love it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to go over. I think your story is, it's a story that can relate to a lot of individuals, right? A lot of individuals are kind of just going through the motions, dragging their feet, not really motivated. And they know they need that change, but it hasn't really hit them yet. And it was awesome that it hit you. And I was that coach to really put the, pieces in place for you. And we're doing great things. We're going to continue getting results. I'm really excited. So do you have anything else to share for the people? Any inspiring words from the great Dino, or is that it?
I think that's it. But definitely check out Danny's videos if you haven't already. And yeah, just make a change. Whether
Yeah.
but
I love it. Yes, 100%. Show off the swag for 1 second. Show off the gear. Look at that. I love it. I love it. So great. So great. All right, Dino, you hang on really tight. I want to talk to you for a second. But everybody else watching, I really do appreciate you. Everyone on the podcast as well, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hopefully Dino's story inspired some individuals, and I hope you have the best day of your life. All right, peace, love, protein. We'll talk soon. See ya.